Hey, it's Jason from Bohemia Bees, and we're here in the apiary, and we're going to finish winterizing our colonies and getting them ready for winter here on the eastern shore of Maryland. As you might have been following along some of the steps we've done thus far, as we've done our feeding, we've done our mite treatments, and now we're going to do the final steps to close up our colonies before the real cold winter sets in. We've got a couple different things that we have already started to do, and you'll see what that is, and there's a couple things that we have to now add. So the first thing that we naturally will do with any winterization is you need to close up, remove those robbing screens like you see right over here, those robbing screens, and you're going to actually replace them back with the mouse guards flipped up on two and flip down on the other. That gives them an entrance here in the beginning, the middle, and then that will be how we're going to go through winter. That's the first step, and then the next step we are going to do. It's a little windy today, so hopefully the bees aren't too bothered by that. But we're going to go ahead and close up the colony, and it's about people ask me, when do you close your colonies up completely? We wait until the average low temperature gets below 50. Once it gets below 50 degrees, the bees' muscles will sort of atrophy anyway, so if they won't come out of the hive, they'll stay in that cluster in the center of the colony or the box and feed on the stores that we've kept in there, or they've built out up till now. The first thing that we need to do is, naturally, if you've been feeding, is to remove the bucket that we've been using. And we're going to remove that. Some of them are empty. If they still have syrup in them, if they're over half full, then chances are they stop taking the syrup, and that's good. That means that they've got enough stores down inside the colony. If they haven't taken it all, then remove the bucket. We're also going to go ahead and do our next step of our shim, which is the mountain sugar shim too. So we're going to try to do this as quickly as possible, so we're not disturbing and putting too much cold air and chilling the brood. The bees have a pollen patty in there, and I'm going to go ahead and slide another pollen patty in on the frames. We're going to pour our dry sugar, and hopefully you can see this. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so we've removed our bucket. Now we're going to take and we're going to remove the lid, and you can see they're still feasting on that pollen patty down there. I'm going to go ahead and slide another pollen patty down in here for them as well. Remove my mite strips because it's that time. Pull them out. I'm going to lay food grade paper right directly on top of the frames. And I'm going to take my sugar, and it's 4 pounds of sugar I usually put on each hive. And we're just going to pour that directly on top. Some people make candy boards. We use just the dry sugar. They will actually, the moisture of the colony will help harden the sugar up and draw it out super quick. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to take something called a quilt box. And a quilt box is really just a medium with a screen underneath. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a screen with pine shavings. I need to tilt that up, but that pine shavings will pull the moisture up as well. And then there's vents along the 4 sides to allow airflow to come through and dry out the inside of this, so there's no moisture that gets trapped in the pine shavings. Okay? Then we're going to come back with our cover. We're using our Bee Smart cover lids because they're ideal for both summer and winter for airflow. We'll put that cover back on. Naturally, we got to put weight on the covers. Those bee smart lids are very light. And now we've got our colony buttoned up. I did a video earlier about making your own kind of quilt box. These quilt boxes are from Dandit & Sons, and they're pretty nice because you can actually open them up and check on the status of the bees once they start going up above the frames and eating on the sugar later in the winter. It's just a nice little addition. Again, make sure your boxes are squared up. And then you've pretty much winterized the hive. We're going to wrap some of our hives this year, and some we're not. So it's going to really depend on our preference. So that's how we winterize a hive here at the Bohemia Apiary. If you have questions on how we do it, please comment below, and we'll look to respond. But thanks for watching, and continue to follow along as we do some great stuff here at the Bohemia Apiary, where beekeeping is more than a hobby. It's definitely an obsession.